So I've now completed my third round. Just pull it out a little bit. So I have just finished a single crochet just here. So I'm going to do a double crochet in this one here. And then we've got one more there. And then what we're going to do is, you can see here where you made your first stitch. So we always go up one. So we're going to join into there with a slip stitch. And then there you can see you've increased it even more. Now, depending on the finish that you would like, depends on where you go next. So in the pattern, we have got two types of finish. You can either do a scalloped finish, which is like this one. So you can see where you've got the edges going scalloped. So that is a slightly different one. That is a double crochet, a half double crochet and a double crochet all in the same stitch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the ways that you can finish off. If you want your coaster to be bigger than that, then you would do another row of round 3 to increase it again. So if we were going to do a slip stitch all the way around to give it a firm base, then we would start from here and we would do slip stitches in every single row. And what that will do as you go all the way around like this is this will allow you to build a ridge on your coaster, which gives it that little bit of stability. And what you can see happening there is we get this nice ridge here, which gives it looks quite nice as well, as because it would go all the way around. And then that's how you would continue. So I'm going to pull these out. We're going to go back to the beginning. So if you wanted to do the other way, then that would be okay as well. So we would go in here, slip stitch as I just did, and then we would chain 1. And then what we would do to get the scalloped edge is we would do these next 3 stitches in 1 stitch. So it's a double crochet, which, as I said, is going through once, as we did around there. Try and keep your stitches sort of straight, don't let them bump over on each other. We're now going to do a half treble crochet. So this is another new stitch. So we're going to yarn over like we did with the treble. We're going to go through, grab our yarn and pull through, but instead of pulling through 2, we're going to pull through all 3. So there we'll go, as you see, we're going up here, and then we're going to do a double crochet, which again is just into the same hole, through, try and pull, keep pulling the yarn over to the edge here, as you can see, to make that lovely fan. And that's how we end up with that. Now what it wants us to do, the pattern, is a slip stitch. So you've got to sort of find this next little stitch under here. We're going to go in there, we're going to pull through, and then we're going to begin again. So it would be a double crochet, and then it would be a half treble. So treble, yarn over, in and out, and then through all. And then another double crochet, keeping the yarns over to the side, and then again finding this stitch to make a slip stitch. Now if you wanted the scalloped edge, as you can see it's appearing there, you would do that all the way around till you get to here, and then you would do an invisible join. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create the invisible join. So this is the last stitch that we went into our double crochet before we came to the end. So what would happen now is that we cut our yarn and we pull the yarn out, and we're left with this here. Now, an invisible close is a lovely way of closing your work. So what we've got here is we're going to have to now make a stitch. So we're going to push our, so this is the back, so back to front. I'm going to push our hook through, take our yarn and pull it through as if we're almost doing a stitch without having our yarn. So as you can see, that's come round there now, and what we need to do is we need to get that into there. So what you've got here is you've got the back loop and you've got the lower back loop. And what we want to do is we're going to put our hook through both of them like that, just the back loop. We're going to get our yarn and we're going to pull it through here and pull through. And what you have managed to do there is an invisible close. Now that can happen on any stitch and it makes your work just look really nice and clean. So you would weave all in these ends into the back, so you would weave them through, so sort of I generally go up and down and you weave your stitches in and then you are left with your coaster. Now as I said, you can make it as big or as small as you like. They don't need to be massive to fit your cup of tea on. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Please let me know. Please like it and comment if you think there's anything else that you'd like me to cover. Happy crocheting!